I actually went to Curtin.
Oh, awesome.
So I was a Curtin alumnus. So came here and finished in 1976, which seems a long time ago for lots of people. But it was spatial sciences or surveying.
So how do you find, though, that the experiences have changed over the year for students? I mean, I think in the early days we're led to believe it was very, activist-y and,
We had lectures and tutorials 22 to 24 hours a week.
Right.
And for 18 weeks a semester. And so time was very busy, and then when you threw in some part-time work amongst that, a lot of it was coming to campus and then disappearing. But these days the student life has totally changed. I mean, there's different ways of learning, there's more time to interact with people outside of classes, and I think Curtin's responded fantastically well to those changing circumstances.
A lot of the studies that we've come across in the recent days have sort of said that the networks that students build on campus, the friendships and stuff like that, act as a support network during times of stress. So, that plays into arguments around retention rates, but also helps, academically, because you have someone as a soundboard. So we're really trying to re-engage students at the moment. And I think this year, especially in terms of our presence on campus, things have changed dramatically. I mean, I think the university has too, in terms of their place activation stuff.
When I look at the modern university campus, I think the student experience is a really fundamental component of that. I mean, if you go back 10 or 15 years, it wasn't even on the radar. But in the last 5 to 7 years, it's become really an integral part of what makes university life.
And the Guild most certainly, I think, complements the university's views on the student experience. In these last 5-6 years, we really have put a lot of effort into complementing the university strategy on that through, again, activating the spaces that we have. I mean, we had a roller rink last year in the courtyard of 106, and that won an award for our team. And we also had Clubs Carnival down in Henderson Court, which again, it really building on that sense of community, but also trying to complement the university's vision for a campus that's more than just a centre of learning, but a hub of research, a hub of activity, and
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to, in terms of student experience, that we understand the full dimension of that.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, in our chat here, we've been talking mostly about the space activation type elements, but of course that has there's a whole transition from there through to the actual learning experience. And I know that my colleagues here at the university are very focused on the academic aspects in tandem with those other space activation elements as well.